I want to put this out generally. We heal because we experience pain, because we experience some kind of trauma. Now, sometimes it's very hard to even recognize that when you do not know who you are. Then that's the first place we begin. Acceptance. Karibuni. Welcome back. This is Shonamoyo with Vivian Buana, where we talk, share, and empower. We have had an amazing couple of weeks where we have been talking about trauma, and we wanted to figure out what exactly is trauma, and we wanted to see what are some of the things that can cause trauma in someone and what we can do about them and how to recognize them and some of the effects and all that. So I really hope that you have watched the previous episodes and you've been able to catch up and find out the journey that we have been on, because today we are wrapping it up. We will not be able to talk about all things that can cause trauma, but I was just highlighting some of them for our awareness. There's so much information out there. Please make sure you research and find and learn, because your best investment, by the way, is in yourself. Truth. And this is why we are wrapping up today's episode when we're talking about healing. I want to put this out generally. We heal because we experience pain. We heal because we experience some kind of trauma. We heal because we're experiencing something that is not very okay in our system or in the way we have been made. Now, sometimes it's very hard to even recognize that when you do not know who you are. It is important to invest in yourself. It is important to invest in you as a person. How does that look like? If someone asks you the things that you like, what identifies you, sometimes people don't even have a response to that because they don't know who they are. And it is important for you to know who you are, because that will help you know when you are not being yourself or when you are not operating as you normally do. And when you recognize that, that will be your first key to know something is off. And when you recognize that something is off, then you start looking internally and be like, what could have caused that? That is a very good question and a very good place to start. Sometimes you realize as a child you were this particular way. You were always a jovial child. You were always an extrovert. You're always out there playing with people. And then all of a sudden you become an adult and you realize you lost yourself somewhere along the way. What changed? What changed? So when we ask ourselves the question, what is causing me not to be authentic? What is causing me not to be real? Then that's when we begin the healing journey, because then we start realizing this is where something went wrong. This is where something affected me. This is where something did not go well. This is where something altered something in my life. And the moment we start realizing that, then we are able to go back to that place and start the healing journey. I cannot lie to you. Healing can be very uncomfortable. It can be painful in itself, but it can also be very, very uncomfortable, because it can force us to face some things that we were not willing to look at. Now, since we are looking at trauma and we're saying, how are we moving forward from this place? Once you realize something is off, something has caused you not to operate in your optimum, then how do we move from this place? First of all, it's the idea that you have to recognize that there's something off. Most of the time, we live in denial because we don't want to believe that something like that could have actually happened. It feels like you don't want to make it real. But just because you are in denial does not mean it did not happen. Just because you are in denial does not mean it wasn't real. It did not happen. So once we get to that place of accepting, this thing has affected me. It has caused me not to operate in my optimum. Then that's the first place we begin. Acceptance. Yes, this thing affected me. Yes, I'm not operating at optimum. But then the question then comes in next is, what do you need? You need help. Sometimes it is very easy for us to reject help. Very easily to reject help, to reject support. But this is the time, if you want healing, you may need to be able to open up your arms and say, I need help. I recognize it and I need help, and accept the help and support that you receive. But also, as you are accepting and helping the support that you need, please get the right kind of support. I always say I don't want people who are just yes people around me. Sometimes it's good to have a no person around you, especially when you know they have your interest at heart and they genuinely have you at heart, because they will be able to sharpen you. They will be able to tell you here, no, they'll be able to sharpen you and grow you and challenge you in ways that will pull you up higher. So get the right kind of support. Is it family kind of support? Get the family kind of support. Is it counseling that you need? Go for counseling. Is it therapy that you need? Please go for therapy. Is it a support group that you need? Please get the support group. There are different kind of helps that are out there. There are different types of support systems that we have out there. So you need to recognize, or you need someone to help you recognize the kind of support that you need. And this will help you go to the next stage. And that will involve taking self-care for yourself. Listen, I repeat this again. The best investment you can do is on yourself. You need to be willing to take a journey to invest in yourself. Invest in who you are. Grow yourself. Learn. Look at the places where there were loopholes and how you can make that stronger. Sometimes when we talk about doing a SWOT analysis is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You even do that on yourself. You need to realize, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the threats that you carry? And what are the opportunities around you? Listen, this is important because you need to invest in yourself, and nobody can invest in yourself as much as you. You know what's best for you. You know who you are. Work on your strengths, strengthen them even more. On your weaknesses, recognize them and acknowledge them, and then either do something about them and grow them so that they can be a strength, or get the support that you need for those weaknesses. Listen, you cannot invest in yourself enough. Take breaks when you need to. Breathe, relax. Know when you're getting to that point of, oh my God, I am breaking down. Just take a breather. Imagine it is okay. The world will not fall apart if you choose to take a breather. Listen, this is what we need to hear more often in our lives, that we are the best version of ourselves when we invest in ourselves. And that journey involves healing from things that are hindering us from being our authentic self. As I close, if you still do not know who you really are, this is a whole other journey in exploring who you are as a person, what you love, what are the things that make you unique, what are the things that make you you. Please start that journey. It will be very, very insightful. It will be very, very eye-opening, and you'll be able to know who you really are, and you'll be able to know what you need around you. You'll be able to know, this is what I need, this is what I don't need, and you'll be able to draw the healthy boundaries that you need around you. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being with us. It has been an amazing season as we wrap up trauma. Please, we have contacts to people who can help. Reach out to us and we will connect you to who is necessary. We are on YouTube, Shonamoyo. We are on Facebook, Shonamoyo. We are on Instagram, Shonamoyo. And we are on TikTok, Shonamoyo. God bless you. See you next week on Shonamoyo, where we talk, share, and empower. Kwahe.